And Meg joins us now with sports and some of the biggest names in racing, obviously gearing up for a very big weekend in our city.
It's really my favorite time of year. You have Capital X, you have the Indy, and the new and somewhat improved open-wheeled Indy race will feature 26 drivers, trading paint, and possibly a punch or two if things get goofy. One driver who could surprise after a scary first half of the season is SDS.
No, I've never had a season this rough in my life, or even anything in my life that was this crazy.
It was the kind of moment when fans hold their breath and cringe, and drivers wonder out loud why they even do it.
Right after the Indy crash, I was like, there's no way I'm getting back in the race car. It really spooked me there.
When Simona Di Silvestro's suspension decided to break in qualifying for the Indianapolis 500, not only did she burn.
It was pretty bad, and my right hand had like some third-degree burns, and, you still can see them.
Her confidence was as beat up as her car.
It was, I think, really emotional, and, a lot of things happening. Just crashing Indy didn't help, confidence-wise, and then, there was doubts if I really wanted to do this.
But walk away she did not. In fact, the 22-year-old Swiss Miss did finish the 500, albeit in 31st place.
If I don't try to get back into the race car, it'd be pretty shameful.
Because Di Silvestro can really drive, especially on road courses. She started 7th at last year's Edmonton Indy and began this season with a best-ever 4th-place finish in St. Petersburg. And if it wasn't for that Indy incident she calls just plain bad luck, the most engaging of all the female Indy drivers might be coming into Edmonton even more excited about the 2 new hairpins and one heck of a long straightaway.
I think it's a good change, and we're just going to have to, give each other a bit of room and, just really respect each other, and I think it's going to go really well.
Do one more.
Whoa, look out. That's not what you want.
Di Silvestro stayed out of trouble last week in Toronto and finished 10th after starting 17th. She can't wait to walk our new track on Thursday afternoon and find out if the hype is really true. The Eskimos have been on an extreme high after starting the season at 3-0, but head coach Kavis Reed has a way of bringing his team back to earth.
And Kavis Reed has a beef with his team. He didn't like a little celebration.
As in Weldon Brown and his fellow defensive backs having a Kodak moment in the end zone after a late interception versus BC.
Yeah, but we gotta keep everything normal, act like we've been there before.
Yeah, that's the thing, eh? What did Kavis say to you?
Just act like you've been there before.
Is there a fine?
I pray not. I pray not. But it's a learned lesson if it is.
And poor TJ Hill, he makes one heck of a play to intercept a pass and end a BC scoring play, only to be run down by a quarterback.
And when I did see him, my legs was already heavy, but when I did see him, I couldn't even cut back because he cut me off so well. So, I mean, he made a good play. But like I said, we converted, so that's all that matters.
Aren't quarterbacks supposed to quit on a play like that? Throw the interception and just come on.
Well, not Travis. Travis can run, though. But if you know Travis Lule, I mean, he's a 4 or 5 guy.
But most important, the Eskimos converted with a touchdown and gave the green and gold a chance to win their 3rd in a row.
You know the last time the Edmonton Eskimos were 4-0 to start a season?
No, but I'm quite sure you'll enlighten me right now. I'm quite sure you'll let me know. When was it?
I guess I better know now, right?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, 1986.
1986? Okay, well,
You were what, 7 at the time?
6 at the time. 6 at the time. So, well, it's time for history to repeat itself, right?
Not only did ex-Oiler Andrew Cogliano move to a team with a nicer climate, they were also willing to pay him big bucks to do so. Relocating to sunny Anaheim and more than doubling his salary, the Ducks and Cogliano avoided arbitration today with a 3-year contract worth just over $7 million. All that for a guy who scored 11 goals last season. One guy who won't give up any goals next season is Chris Osgood. After more than 400 wins, the Alberta-raised Aussie has decided to retire. 10th all-time in wins with 74 more in the playoffs. It's a Hall of Fame-worthy career.
Because I know what I've had to do to get to where I've been at in the years, and I feel like I do deserve to be there because I know it's never easy playing goalie for any team in the National Hockey League, and you have to make the plays when it's needed most. And I think over the majority of the time I played in the playoffs, I did that.
Osgood will remain with the Wings in scouting and teaching young goalies. So best of luck to a very good goalie and a gentleman. So Cogliano gets $7 million over 3 for 11 goals. Steven Stamkos just re-signed with Tampa for 7 years and $38 million. All the 21-year-old did the last 2 seasons was scored 96 times. FC Edmonton defender John Jonke will have to sit 1 more game in addition to his mandatory 1-game red card after this hit last Wednesday on Matt Watson of the Carolina Railhawks. He'll miss this Saturday's game also against the Railhawks, but will dress on the 27th against Tampa Bay. We've been plagued with poor weather and brutal mosquitoes, but the clouds parted out in Stony Plain today. Opening round of the Alberta Men's Amateur, the group to watch on day 1, highlighted by last year's runner-up Andrew Funk from the Petroleum Club. He was just a touch off all day, still managed a 1 under 71. Derek Van Dornick from Camrose was always in the hunt, an even par 72 to start things off. And here's Craig Klassen from Calgary on 17. Give it a whack, and from a good 45 feet, here it is. This is for birdie, and it's money. I like the birdie celebration that he does as well. This guy comes through on TV. But the lead belongs to Scott Stiles at 7 under. Darren Hupfner only 1 back. But as for your past champion, why the funk?
My game's been okay lately, but I just recently, got engaged, so I haven't been playing as much golf.
That's your excuse.
Yeah, that's my excuse, so.
It's her fault.
It's Marissa, yeah.
Well, we went on a trip, and the golf course was like 30 minutes away, so we just didn't have time for that. But he's going to practice more now. Now that I'm here and we're caddying and that's all done instead, we're going to practice a lot and he's going to play well.
Have to have your priorities straight.
Blaming his fiance. Hey?
Yeah, well, she even took the blame herself, so.
Yeah, all right. Thanks, Meg.
Thanks.